As we all now know, defendant was at some point on Wednesday afternoon fired from his employment. He then, at some point soon thereafter, came to her apartment in the address that is alleged in the complaint, barged his way into that apartment, immediately then proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabbed several butter knives and a pair of kitchen scissors, and began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life.
Okay, so the Sherrone Moore situation just got 10 times worse. A years-long affair between Michigan head coach Moore and Paige Shiver, a 32-year-old athletic department staffer. And what began as a consensual relationship soured into something sinister. Prosecutors say it spanned at least 2 years, with Moore escalating to stalking after Shiver ended the relationship on Monday. So new details from the investigation reveal a pattern of obsession. Moore allegedly sent hundreds of texts, showed up uninvited at her home, and even used his position to monitor her work schedule. Basically, shit was down outright creepy. And on December 10th, the day of his firing, he forced entry into her apartment, screaming threats of self-harm and blaming her for his downfall. "You ruined my career," he reportedly yelled. So Shiver, a mother of two and a dedicated Wolverines employee, had reportedly confided in colleagues months earlier. But the affair's duration raises red flags. Like, how did it go unchecked for so long in a program under the national spotlight? Many insiders called it Ann Arbor's worst-kept secret, with rumors swirling since Moore's promotion. And the real outrage in all this is Michigan's slow response, despite the affair being an open secret among staff, with complaints dating back to the summer of 2025. Allegedly, university officials sat on it until after the regular season. Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel's firing statement cited an internal investigation, but why the delay? Sources say the probe started in November, yet Moore coached the final 3 games, including a heartbreaking overtime loss to Ohio State. So ultimately, fans and alumni are furious, and some people are calling this Harbaugh 2.0, protect the coach at all costs. That said, Michigan's Title IX office, already under fire for handling sexual misconduct, faces renewed scrutiny. The university's code of conduct mandates immediate action on staff relationships, yet Moore stayed on the payroll until December 10th. Now, a student petition hit 5,000 signatures by December 13th, demanding transparency on why Shiver's complaints weren't escalated sooner. This isn't just about Moore, it's about a culture that let it fester. The Sherrone Moore situation has gone from shocking to shameful, exposing cracks in Michigan's armor. A years-long affair turned toxic, a delayed firing that left a woman in fear. College football's shining example now faces hard questions. Anyways, there's a ton of backlash on the Sherrone Moore scandal, especially with some of the media coverage and how they're handling it. And ESPN's Adam Schefter is receiving a ton of criticism for what he said here in this snippet, because he's basically trying to imply that Moore is somewhat of a victim in all this also. Have a listen.
With a staffer, what we haven't heard yet is Sherrone Moore's side of this. And he gets his say into this particular situation as well. And I do know that he felt like people had it in for him for an awful long time there while he was at Michigan. He felt like there were people who were out to get him. So all of these things can all be true. It's possible that, yes, Michigan does have evidence that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. And it could be that Sherrone Moore is right, that people had it in for him. But the whole situation itself is just sad and tragic, because now we have a individual who had his professional life, his personal life completely upended. We have a school with a bunch of players who don't have a coach to turn to right now. We have a school in search of a program, a new coach to lead forth that program. There are a whole host of things that have transpired here that have led this to be a completely surreal, wild situation that if you heard about it, you wouldn't believe it, because it almost seems made up.
Okay, so pretty crazy from Shefty to make these claims, but you should take it with a grain of salt. Adam is a Michigan man who attended college, so he might be a tad bit biased here. Basically, it's a Michigan man defending Michigan man, and people are calling Adam out for some of the shit he's done in the past, like posting JPP's medical records and giving a disgusting eulogy